Two British nationals are killed by a ferocious tiger in Corbett National Park in India. This incident is followed by several other tiger attacks, and many deaths result, prompting National Geographic to send a correspondent, Krish Thapar, to the national park and ascertain what really happened. Krish is accompanied by his wife Riya Udharan, a group of youngsters, consisting of Dev Malhotra, his girlfriend Ishika, his friends Sajid and Vishal, are on a hunting trip in the hopes of sighting and shooting some big prey. Their car breaks down and Bagger, an alcoholic passerby driver, gives them a lift. Bagger's car accidentally hits Krish's car, which also breaks down and is at the middle of the road. The two groups decide to travel together in Bagger's car, leaving a mechanic to repair Krish's car, Udharan Chennai. Just a few seconds after they set off, the mechanic disappears and they believe that a wild animal just took him away and decide not to risk their lives to look for him. Udharan Bagger finds them a guest house to stay which is owned by a man named D.S. Pandey. Pandey is a guide who agrees to lead them the next day to the core area, where tigers live, for hunting. That very night Pandey disappears and his decapitated body is found in the nearby swamp the next day. Krish starts to get suspicious about the real cause of the recent deaths in the jungle, as he is an animal expert and recognizes that Pandey's death was not the work of a tiger or any other wild animal. Warned by a forest officer named Bashir Khan, the group decides to leave the jungle. Before they depart, they realize that Sajid has gone missing. Dev assumes that he has gone by himself to the core area for hunting. However, the group decide to leave without Sajid. Soon they find Sajid's decapitated body by a lake. The rest are soon confronted by three tigers on the way. The group is saved by a mysterious man who introduces himself as Kali Pratap Singh and claims to live in the jungle, Udharan Chennai. On their continued way out of the jungle, they find the road blocked by rocks due to the landslide caused by rain. Kali shows up again and agrees to lead them out of the jungle. Udharan Kali appears to be very knowledgeable about the jungle and its history. Krish, who is now more curious about the mysterious deaths, asks him if he knows what's behind those deaths. Kali responds by telling them a story about a crazy tour guide in this jungle, who used to lead tourists to the wrong places just to have them killed by wild animals. The people in the nearby villages later caught him and beat him to death, but his ghost remains in the jungle and continues to kill tourists. None of them believe Kali's story. Udharan Chennai Bagger later disappears while repairing his car, rising the fear among the rest. Vishal is decapitated shortly thereafter when a window of their car flies and hurts him due to the explosion. Udharan The rest of the group members carry on and reach a deserted guest house in the evening, outside which there is a well. They all go to sleep after being warned by Kali not to get close to the well. Riya wakes up thirsty in the night. She decides to get water from the well despite Kali's warning, and is later accidentally hung by her foot in the well and dies. The remaining group members figure out that Riya is dead and try to pull her body out from the well, while Dev suddenly notices that Kali does not have a reflection in the well's water. Terrified by this, Dev makes an excuse to send Kali away by asking him to gather some timbers which can be used to perform Riya's final rites. During this time, he checks all the videos which had been recorded by Vishal and notices that Kali is not visible in any of them. Dev immediately realizes that the story Kali told them earlier is true and that he is in fact the ghost of the tour guide mentioned in the story. Dev shows the videos to Krish and Ishika, proving to them that Kali is a ghost and is indeed responsible for all the mysterious deaths happening in the jungle. They decide to escape the jungle once and for all. Kali returns to the well with timbers and upon finding nobody there, he realizes that the trio have run away. Uddharan Chenne. Flashbacks reveal that the villagers did not kill Kali but instead took him to the core area where he was brutally beaten up and then thrown in front of a hungry tiger that mauled him to death. The story shifts back to present day where Kali's ghost, now standing by the well, expresses his immense anger and hatred for tourists who come to the jungle to hunt wild animals and disrupt their well-being without any regrets. This is the sole reason why he misleads and then kills tourists. Uddharan. Krish, Dev and Ishaka experience several attempts on their lives on their way out of the jungle, apparently arranged by Kali, but finally manage to reach the road where Bagar and Khan arrive in a jeep, driving them away from the jungle. Uddharan. Sometime later, Krish, who is now fully aware of what caused those mysterious deaths in that jungle, successfully completes his report in which he deems the deaths as a result of tiger attacks. He reluctantly decides not to disclose the real cause of those deaths to anyone since no one will believe him, but instead credits Kali as the main contributor to the report. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Kali encounters a new group of tourists and has one of them killed by a truck. Uddharan.